everyone. I'm Scott Hackworth.
And I'm Heather Armstrong. Prosecutors say Eric Sackett killed former girlfriend Erin Somvilai in June of 2018, then weighted down her body and dumped it in a Vernon County lake. Now, the two had a brief relationship beginning in late 2017 and ending in early 2018.
But both the prosecution and defense agree that Somvilai did not want the relationship to end and that Erin contacted Sackett repeatedly in the months leading up to her death. Among those testifying today, Erin Somvilai's sister, La Crosse police investigator, and the pathologist who conducted the autopsy. News 19's Marcus Arsvold spent the morning in court and is here now to tell you that the defense is trying to shift the focus over to a local physician. Marcus.
That's right, Scott. Sackett's defense attempted to break down the prosecution's claim that police did adequately consider Somvilai's doctor as a person of interest. They claim the doctor overprescribed drugs to Somvilai and was untruthful when talking with the police. As Sackett's defense tries to prove his innocence, they're arguing that La Crosse investigators were so focused on Sackett that they didn't acknowledge when Somvilai's doctor lied to them. During cross-examination, investigator Rosenau said the doctor didn't lie about it, but that he did leave out some facts, which the defense implies should have started a more thorough look at the doctor.
It's a crime to lie to a police officer, right?
Yes.
And Dr. Onser gave you false information throughout the course of this case, right? He denied any inappropriate contact with you initially and then confessed to it later, correct?
That's correct.
And nobody arrested him for obstructing a police officer, correct?
That's correct.
Prosecutors maintain that investigators questioned him enough and treated him as they should have during the missing persons case. Later this morning, Somvilai's sister testified. She became emotional when she told the court of her last conversation with Erin, during which Erin professed her love for Sackett.
On this date, when you were with Erin, what did the two of you talk about?
She called me and she told me that she loved Eric more than anything. That was the person she wanted to be with.
Peacock is currently in jail serving time for meth possession. During her testimony, she admitted to offering to help Somvilai find meth, but that Somvilai declined her offer.
Thanks, Marcus. Now, one of the mysteries about the case is how Erin Somvilai died. The pathologist who conducted the autopsy testified today about what he found. Under questioning from the prosecution, Dr. Ross Reichard identified the cause of death as homicidal violence, but could not pin it down any further due to the lack of injuries to the body. He did say Erin Somvilai did not take her own life and was dead before her body was put into the water. He explained why he chose the term homicidal violence.
The question is, what does that mean? And that means that I feel that based on the autopsy investigation, I feel like this is not natural, not accident, not self-inflicted, but I don't have a specific mechanism or explanation that I can determine how she died based on the autopsy and investigative information I have.
The defense suggests that Erin Somvilai took her own life, distraught at the breakup of her relationship with Eric Sackett. Dr. Reichard says the body was tied with rope and chains, and again that Somvilai was dead before her body was put in the water.